Fuck happiness. Stay angry. So, I don't know what it is with motherfuckers thinking that you should be happy. Whoever said that you should be fucking happy?
Oh, how's it going, everybody? This is E Honda 42,000 coming at you from Colorado, all by myself tonight. I don't know. Sometimes you just feel like doing a chat by yourself, and you don't want a bunch of howling hyenas. Leo, just kidding. Yeah, just and some shit going on, and kind of wanted to just talk about things and see what's going on with you guys and do just a chat, just say what's up. So what's going on anyway? Stay angry. You like the new camera angle? Yeah, it's all right. Kind of like moved it a little bit up and further back. I don't know if I like it or not there, but I think it's a little bit better angle, than, I don't know, like the fat face angle or whatever. When it's like down from below, you're like, whoa, double chin. Anyway. So yeah, man. Kind of had some plans, some stuff that I was kind of betting a lot on, that fell through, unfortunately. Sometimes that happens, I mean, thankfully it wasn't a little bit closer to go time that things fell through, because that would have been even worse, because there's certain measures and steps and things that have to happen in order to get to where I was wanting to go without getting too far into it. That further down the line would have happened, that a couple months down the line would have been number one, like overdoing chats or, even like making money sometimes at work. It would be more important to do some of the things to prepare for this. So thankfully, I should say, looking on the bright side, that things fell apart now versus later, because later, again, that would have been worse. But yeah, man, I kind of find myself without a plan. I was kind of walking around with I don't know, an air of confidence about me, because I knew what I was going to do next. You ever have a plan, you know what you're going to do next, so you just whatever's going on right now doesn't matter. Whatever the thing is going on right now is just temporary. And now that thing fell apart, and I don't know, bro. I mean, it's not on anybody else. It's obviously it was things outside of my control that made this door shut. But I mean, maybe it's God, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, saying like that wasn't a good plan, or I've got a better plan, or I don't know what, the old shutting the door and opening a window thing. But I got to tell you, man, I'm really sick of my job. Like I worked there for 12, 13 years now, something like that. And for a long time, while I wouldn't get much prestige, or people might even look down on me for the job that I do, not that it's like dirty or whatever, I mean, kind of not like immoral, rather, it's hard work, but people kind of look down like a trash guy, look like the trash guy, kind of like I'm glad someone's doing it, but I'm glad it's not me, kind of type shit. But the thing about it was it allowed me to pay my bills. It allowed me to do the things that I wanted to do, whilst only working 4 days a week, so that I could spend time with my kids, because their mother is a piece of shit, and I've had to deal with that since, I mean, the oldest was a year and a half. The youngest was basically a newborn when we broke up. and I've been dealing with, and now the youngest is almost 18. He's 17 years old now. So yeah, I've been dealing with this for a long time. I mean, you wonder why I made some of the sacrifices that I've made in my life, why I'm at where I'm at, and why I'm not further ahead financially or in other ways. It's like, well, here's your answer, and unfortunately, these are some of these choices that I've been forced to make. It's not like, I'm just happy about it. No, but unfortunately, it's left me in a position right now, and I find myself not exactly knowing what to do. I mean, I guess the obvious answer is find another job. Yeah, but specifically doing what? Like, I don't want to do the same thing. I don't want to be in the same industry. I don't want to work at another restaurant again, like ever again. I'm sick of it. I'm over it, dude. Tired of dealing with stupid fucking people can join the Air Force. I think I'm too old for that. How old can you be to join the Air Force? I'm 43. I'm beyond Air Force age. But I don't know. Hit me back. Maybe Air Force is the answer. I'm going to join the Air Force. But they make you go through the physicals and stuff, man. I don't know if I'll, how is Air Force boot camp? Let's see if we can get through it. But anyway, yeah, dude, I don't know specifically what I want to do. I don't know which direction to go. I don't know, and I feel bad. I had a different opportunity about 2 years ago or something like that, when things were still going good at my job is the thing, right? Like, things were at that point were still going pretty good at the job, and so I was still making good money. And so taking this other opportunity it really seemed like at the time it would be a step down, maybe a step down to be a step up eventually, but for now, certainly a step down. I'd be making less money for more hours. So I'm like, ugh. But had I done that at the time, by now, I'd be, making more money than I would have to start off with. And at this point, I'd be doing way better than I am now, because things now, it's like, it was going okay, and now it's gone down. And I don't know if it's going to stay here, but regardless, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to. And also, to be honest, the prospect of moving across the country and, into a different state where I only knew a few people, and dragging the kids with me if they would even come. So there was that aspect. Would I be coming out there by myself? So I don't know. Maybe that was just God being like, this is a bad choice for you. Don't do this. But still, here we are. So I've been kind of bummed about this the last couple of days, again, because this was the plan. This was the fucking plan. And now it's, I don't know what to do, bro. But anyway, how are you guys doing? It's not all bad. I mean, is that a Death Star house? That's the ballroom. You guys don't know? That's the ballroom that they're adding to the White House. Check it out. Trump has designed it. It's got a space laser for some reason. And it's definitely got that trench in it with the one-shot kill to the exhaust vent. So, you should probably look out for that. But yeah. It's kind of funny to me how people are so upset about an addition onto the White House, because they had to demolish part of the White House to build it, And people, I've never seen someone so upset about a construction project. In my entire life, have I ever? And it just goes to show me, and show you guys too, to be honest, that the Democrats are really, they're told how to be outraged about things and what to be outraged about. They don't think for themselves, and for the most part, neither do the Republicans. But it's really obvious to me that the Democrats are told what to think. They're told what to be upset about and told what to get outraged about. So, and if honestly, if no one told them to be outraged about the White House construction project, I don't think anyone would be outraged about the White House construction project. Anyway. Uh-oh. What's up, Anonymous? Bro. Brother. I'm sorry, man. Although there's a million kinds of cancer, there's a million different treatments that they can do these days. And if you were ever in a period of history ever to get cancer, now would be the time to get it, because they've got the ways to cure it. Dude, I've been hearing about like, as bad as the mRNA vaccine was, they now have developed mRNA vaccines that they can basically inject you with after analyzing your DNA and your particular type of cancer, that will optimize your body to kill the cancer. I don't know exactly how it works, but some kind of space magic. What's a P-Tech degree? How long does a P-Tech degree take? Work in the chemical plants. Yeah, thanks. I like the hat too. My Yamaha hat. I almost wore my where is it at? Here, let me switch hats real quick. Oh, sorry. There's this hat. The hat that shall not be worn in public. Who knows? Says I got scanned at the end of November to see. Hold on. Where it's all at and what stage it is and stuff. Oh, so you have scans at the end of November to see what stage and what's up with it. But it's a tumor on your wrist that ended up being some kind of rare nerve cancer. Jesus. Yeah, I need to get my the 40 whatever year old fucking checkup done. I don't know about you guys, but I can't make it through the fucking night without having to take a piss now. Like, I think it's just part of getting old, but hopefully that's all it is. But yeah, I got to get checked out too, man. I mean, cancer runs in my family. My mom had it. My fucking aunt had it. My sister had it. Seems like all the women get it in my family. The men get heart. Dude, my dad had fucking heart attack, right? This was when he was like 55, something like that. I don't know how old, 60 maybe. He was kind of at the age where people sometimes have heart attacks. And it was a minor heart attack, and it wasn't like they were able to do something about it. But he goes to the hospital, and they do the EKG or whatever it is, like whatever scan it is that they do to check out your heart rhythm and stuff. And they notice something strange. So they go in there with the MRI to see what's going on with his heart. What had happened was the valve had become like chocked full of cholesterol, right? Or whatever it is that goes inside of your veins that clogs your veins up. But the thing that was weird that they found on the MRI was that wasn't the first time it had happened in his heart. It was the second time it happened. And the first time it happened, his heart grew a new valve. So his valve got stuffed up with cholesterol, and his body was like, ugh, and then just grew a new. And then, so when he was like 56 or whatever, he fucking had the heart attack, and then he goes to the doctor, and they had to put a stent in his heart to open up the valve or whatever it was, and they put the stent in the mutant valve because that was the one that was being used at the time. Anyway, yeah, so I was working on my my friend's car today, and bro, I had a flat tire on my car, low tire, and fucking yeah, I took it over to my friend's house, sorry, to work, and I looked in the tire that was low, and there were 2 fucking nails in it. So I plugged those up, and while I had it on the jack stand, I noticed that another tire was low, and I fucking pulled that tire off, and I had 3 nails in my tires, dude. Like, what the fuck? But I was helping my friend out with his project, and then his roommate came over, and he was helping out too. We were all talking about stuff, and I didn't realize, bro, they just like nonchalantly started talking about how it's crazy that there's just a bunch of Nazis who live in America today, and that all like the MAGA Nazis are just out there doing Nazi things. And I guess that's just the country that we live, and just how like matter of fact, and he said it almost as if he was expecting me to just be like, yeah, the Nazis, yeah, and I was taken back. Like, I didn't really know what to say about it. I'm just like, yeah, quiet. They caught some tire shop guy dumping nails on the road. That's funny. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, and I wasn't like, oh, you're wrong. I was just like asked a question about it, like, oh, really, and he was like, yeah, you'd be surprised if you look at the history, if you look at the history of the ideology and what happened in the Nazi Party leading up to World War II, and what the MAGA Trump Republicans are up to right now, that you would be terrified. You would be terrified. It is insane how closely the things are. And I'm like, I said to him, weren't the Nazis socialists? And aren't the Democrats socialists? And then, I got a whole fucking gobbledygook word salad answer to that, and I decided that I didn't really want to engage. I'm not going to fucking change anyone's mind, but what Nazis? The ones in prisons? I know Nazis in prison. You never sent me a link. It's not my fault you're alone. Night Strike. I didn't send anyone a link. No one got a link. There were no links. I have to replace 8 tire pressure sensors. Tire shop wanted $157 per 2. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of things that you do when you just you watch some YouTube videos and order some parts off Amazon, because I'm pretty sure. How much does a tire pressure sensor cost? Just for the part. And I guess it probably depends on which specific vehicle or whatever, but So compatible with Toyota, Lexus, Scion, Pontiac, Prius, Camry, Corolla, Yaris, etc. Set of 4 is $32. Here's a bunch of them. Set of 4 is $37, $26, $28. So yeah, you get the point. A set of 4 is $30, give or take. They want how much per? $150 per? Yeah, they're making some money. Yeah. Anyway. So I figured we'd do some Q&A, I guess. If you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask or whatever, we'll go ahead and ask her some questions. Oh, I've been playing the shit out of Helldivers 2 lately. If you guys have that game, it's pretty fucking fun. My son got it for me, and he is actually pretty fucking good at it. I suck. Like, I'm first person shooter capable, but that's about it, and getting used to all the controls and the way that things work in the game and blah blah blah, what you got to look for in the map, and my god, man, it's a lot. So I'm playing catch up, but it's fun. It's a fun game. You guys should join us. Join us, one of us. What is Night Strike's interesting fact? You're only good at shooting off ladders. That was only one time. But it started a whole fucking meme, didn't it? How many times have you been shot off the ladder since then? I've been shot off the ladder since then. Sorry about your balls. Oh, that was back in COVID, man. I miss the COVID days sometimes when we all would sit around and play fucking Call of Duty or whatever, because we had nothing to do. We all had fucking government money coming in. Things were just good, in a way. Things were also terrible, like I do miss the lack of traffic though. Like driving around was like, I mean, especially in Denver, like everywhere you get in Denver is like, oh, it's 10 miles away and that's going to be 50 minutes. It's going to be an hour, But during COVID, it was like 10 miles away. We'll be there in fucking 5 minutes. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, as far as the work thing goes, though, there's got to be some kind of training program or something so that I can get into a different industry of some kind. I think someone was talking about electrical work a minute ago. I don't know about that. I mean, it's whatever. Like, I'm just tired of I'm tired of doing what I do, dude. I'm tired of being like completely stressed out, and that's the only time that I make money is when I'm like fucking pulling my hair out because things aren't working right, and then when I'm not stressed out because I'm making money, I'm stressed out because I'm not making money, so it's like no matter what. Yeah. Anywho, I do miss those days. It was a lot of fun. I wish I had a motorcycle back then. It was like my sister died in 2019, and she was kind of in hospice care for like 5 months or 4 or 5 months or whatever it was when leading up to her actual death. And during that time, I stopped working for a little while and spent some time with the family as much as I could. And I felt guilty about riding my motorcycle around because my sister's like fighting for her life because she's dying of cancer. And I'm like joyriding on my motorcycle and putting my life at risk. And at the same time, I had bills to pay and I wasn't working because I was spending time with the family and not going to work. I was, going to my sister's house every day. So making 56 an hour to watch your live stream. That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Arctic oil fields? Bro, that's not a job. That's an adventure. Two weeks on, 2 weeks off. Man, I'm too old for that shit, bro. I would fall apart. Like I'm on the verge of falling apart already. Why do I look like Charlie Kirk? I look like no, I do not look like Charlie Kirk. Kind of, maybe, kind of, but different hair, different face, different everything. He's taller than me. King Crab Boat. Dude, if it was like 10 years younger, if I was like 33 instead of 43, I'd do something like that. Fuck it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Back in 2007, BP, British Petroleum, was paying welders $125 an hour to work in Canadian oil fields. Yeah, there was a bunch of people who got pretty rich off of doing oil field work, and then got into, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I'm thinking about Alaska back in the day, you know, but yeah, I don't think I think I need something like IT specialist or you know, like something where I could work in an office chair with air conditioning and do it for another 25 years because I'm already 43, you know. At least 20 more years. Ghost Shadow says only working 100-hour work weeks, but then 2 weeks off and pays 2.5 for holidays, 1.5 if at home for Christmas. Yeah, like cybersecurity, like something like that. Yeah. Something you could almost do from home, maybe, you know. I don't know. I could see a lot of those jobs going away in a couple of years, though, especially as like AI actually comes online and starts doing the things that they've been promising that it's going to be able to do. Yeah, I don't think I could do 100 hours of work a week, bro. My knee would just go. It would snap apart, and I would die. Yeah, I was looking at there's some cyber security training programs that you can do that, as far as I understand, it's all just certifications. So if you get the proper certifications and then apply for the jobs that require the certifications, that you're pretty much. Yeah, bro, 96 hours this week. Holy fuck, bro. I mean, I remember I did construction back in the day when I was like when the kids were brand new. And granted, it was hard outside, early morning, late night, fucking cold weather, rain, snow, whatever. And we did Monday through Friday. We did 12 hours a day. Saturday was an 8-hour mandatory. Sunday was an 8-hour optional. So you didn't have to do Sunday. So I never did Sundays because it was just too fucking much. And then the thing about it was, it's like, oh yeah, 12 hours a day, Honda. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, sometimes the job site was 2 hours away. And then we also had to take a half an hour mandatory off the clock break. So we're working for 12.5 hours. And I'm driving 2 hours each way to get to work and back. So it was 16.5 hours a day from the time I left my house to the time I got home every day. And then I would get home and I had a newborn baby. Like, that was so fucking rough, dude. That was the most tired I think I've ever been in my entire life. Honestly, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Johnny. Go be a 420 grower. Why not? People make money doing that. Just maybe even be an illicit one. Just go live in the mountains like a fucking hillbilly. I got some friends that I might hit up about something like that. I'm not sure, dude. There's some money in that though. It's just the industry's slowing down these days. So at least it is in Colorado. So yeah, I think there's more people who are looking for jobs in the industry than there are jobs right now. But you can always, if you know the right people, type shit. Yeah, bro, they must be killing you. I remember I actually busted the company that I worked for some bullshit because what they were doing was they were taking your hourly and your overtime and your whatever wages and throwing that all on the paycheck. And then they were adding to that the value of the health insurance that they were providing for you. So like, let's say you're making $1,000 a week, right? Just as a number. That's not what it was, but let's say it was $1,000 a week. And they would say, oh, well, we provided health insurance for you and your family for that week, which equals to a $250 value for that week. So your income is not $1,000. Your income is $1,250. And we are going to tax you on that $1,250 and take the total tax out of the $1,000 paycheck that we're sending you. Because I was like, why don't my paychecks, like, man, I'm working a lot of hours and my paychecks suck. Oh, you're fucking us. I should have got a lawyer, dude. And fucking sued the shit out of him or something. The problem was I didn't work there for long enough at the time that I discovered it, but there were other people who worked there who'd been doing it for years who never even questioned this shit until I fucking did. Anyway. Under Obamacare, your health coverage counts as income. Well, what year was this? This was 06, 05, 06. Was Obamacare already 05? I don't think Obamacare was till later. So maybe that's the way it ended up being later, but I don't think at the time. I think that was still under Bush. George W. Lots of companies leaving Washington. Dude, it's crazy how many fucking empty buildings there are in Colorado. Like how many fucking old restaurants and things that we used to go eat at. Like there's this place called Frank the Pizza King that's been there since like 1984 or something. Gone, you know. And the way things are going, I mean, honestly, I had a dream about my work being gone, riding through it with a motorcycle with a bunch of other people being like, oh, I used to work here, bro. You don't even know. Yeah, okay. So this was before Obamacare. If Kamala was president, how fucked would it be? Would we be? I think we'd be in World War III. Honestly, I think that's where they were headed. They were setting things up to go to war with Russia. I think Trump getting in has only de-escalated things. You know, like the war in Ukraine started under Biden, and it's continued under Trump so far. But I think if it was up to Trump, it'd be over tomorrow. You know, so. And it's funny that Trump has found a way to stop funding it and then also monetize it and make money off of it. Because like, yeah, we're not going to give you anything anymore. Fuck off. If you guys want to buy fucking weapons, you can use your EU money or whatever, and we'll sell you some weapons, but we're not giving you shit. Except for Tomahawk missiles. We'll give you a couple of those. Sorry, I don't have a ton to talk about tonight. I don't know. Shit kind of sucks. Probably not going to be a full show. It is what it is. Still trying to figure some. I just need a plan, dude. That's all. If I have a plan and I'm working towards it and things are moving forward on my plan, then I'm good. I had a plan. I no longer have a plan. That's the problem. My dad lost $3 million in medical coverage because of Obama. What the fuck? Who has $3 million of coverage? Wow. What's the plan? I don't have a plan, bro. That's the fucking problem. I just said that. All thumbs, you need more ears. Trump was cheated. We should have gotten a Nobel Peace Prize. Obama did it for being a fucking cultural center, but Trump stopped a war in Asia and he doesn't get one. Well, I think obviously the fucking Nobel Peace Prize is political, right? When Obama got it, I was very surprised that he got inaugurated as president, and then it was like a month later they gave him the Nobel Peace Prize. For what? For what? And then how many people did he fucking drone strike after that? What happened to the pilot plan? The pilot plan fell out the window for two reasons. Number one was the fact that I couldn't get through a fucking test flight without wanting to barf, because I do have terrible motion sickness. Not terrible, but I have a decent fucking reaction to motion sickness. So when it happens, yeah. And if you're the pilot of a plane, you can't really be having motion sickness. I mean, I guess you eventually can get over it, but it was really bad. And then the other part is $128,000 loan that you have to take through a private college loaner, which wasn't a big deal because they had this program through various air flight carriers that, if you once you get all of your certifications, you can join up with UPS and we'll give you $100,000 bonus after you work here for a year. And basically you get taxed on that, but you pay a good portion of that $125,000 off after you get up, in the first year. That program ended about the time I was looking into it. So that's another reason. And then the third and final reason is I think the monthly payment on that loan was about $2,000 a month. So so I'd have to come up with 2 G's every single month starting as soon as I graduated to pay off that loan. And I've unless I was actually immediately hired by an airline with a plan to get all of that, it was out the window. So there were certain incentives that ended about the time I was looking into it, as I guess the short story. Yeah, he also did get the ceasefire for India, Pakistan, and Israel, Gaza. And he's working on Russia, Ukraine. Are you racist? Not trying to offend you, just wondering. I have certain predispositions, but I don't judge anybody until they do stuff. I'm certainly not gonna fucking, I'm wary of certain groups of people, especially if they're teenagers in groups in the city and I'm alone. I know where the exits are. That's all I'm saying. No, I don't think that's racist. I think that's prudence. I think that's situational awareness, especially in light of all of the propaganda that's going around the world today, especially in America about racism and things like that, and how if you have an American flag or if you like Trump or whatever the case may be, that you are probably a racist and people are going to fucking justify punching you in the face or even worse, and have done and will do more in the future. So I also judge people Night Strike by the way they say the word ask. You got to ask me a question. I don't care if you're white or black, Asian. Fuck you. Ask me a question. Yeah, well. A lot of those flight schools are just glorified mills. It's all about hours and ratings. Plus, you have to get medical issues. It's a hell getting exemptions from the FAA. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's a lot to it. And then I also found out that once you are done with their program, and this was also the kicker, this was like this was the nail in the coffin. You get done with their program, you're only at like 1,500 hours. You still need another like 2,000 hours or something like that of flight time before you can actually get your commercial pilot's license. They just get you to the point where you can do that, or you can teach other people, or you know what I mean? So you can start being like a flight instructor. So, hey, if you're really good, maybe we'll hire you. And so like all of the money that we pay you will go to the loan. I don't even think they pay you $2,000 a month. I mean, maybe it'd be like every fucking goddamn money you fucking every penny you make. But yeah. I mean, again, dude, I have black friends, AK lover. I have, I have Asian friends. I have Middle Eastern friends. I have friends of all different colors. I have just had some negative interactions with a specific group of people to the point where I don't automatically judge anybody, but I am wary of them, and I am perhaps ready to react, but drone pilot would be cool. I'd be cool with that because like that would take out a bunch of the cost, first of all, and that would take out like the motion sickness part of it. So I don't know. I don't know. I got to figure something out. I don't know. Like maybe once both the kids are done with school, I'll go move to the mountains for a little bit and live at my brother-in-law's place rent free and while I figure shit out, or I don't fucking know, dude. It becomes a predisposition. Well, okay, so it's like, let's say, hypothetically, that there's a woman, a white woman, who one day finds herself in a situation where she gets raped by 10 black dudes, right? Let's just say that happened. Not to me, obviously. I'm not a woman, and I've never had a train ran on me. But let's say that there's a person that happened to. And then a week, a month, a year, a decade later, they see a black dude or a group of black dudes that trigger some kind of memory of that day. Is it their fault? Wouldn't that be victim blaming? Wouldn't that be like saying like, oh, the victim of this terrible fucking thing that happened is also to blame for their reactions afterwards? Are you not allowed to have reactions after things are done to you? Yeah. And again, bro, I individually, I treat people. I treat everyone like an individual. I try to treat every single person like an individual every time I meet them. However, I am ready for certain, like, okay, let's say there was like a cute blonde girl, right? And I was talking to her, and then all of a sudden she like flipped out and went violent on me and like did some crazy shit. I'd be like, holy fuck. I was not ready for that. I did not expect that to happen. Right? I'm just gonna end there, dude. Don't trust Leo. I don't know. I used to think like every black person was like Will Smith, you know, and like everyone would be like so cool to meet and like hang out with, and I was like ready to be everyone's friend, and then it was like, oh, that's not how it is. I was very surprised by that. uh, anyway, give everybody 2 chances. Third time they're dead to me. I give everybody at least 1 chance. Most people get more than that, but you get at least 1 chance. But I mean, if anyone's familiar with the term fatigue, you've been fatigued. You got the black fatigue. I am fatigued. I have dealt with more of it than any human being should ever have to deal with. Orders of magnitude, 10 to 100 times more than any human being should ever have to deal with. So yeah, I have some fatigue. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That's my reaction to the fatigue. It's my reaction to the things that I've witnessed and have happened to me. And I don't give a shit, bro. That's part of the reason why I don't want to work at my job anymore, because it's a fucking daily occurrence that I go in there and be like, fatigue, 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 fatigue. You know, I don't even need to fucking spell it out. I don't think you guys get it. Move to Aurora, dude. It's way worse in Aurora. I'm in Littleton, and we got the homeless here. It's like a homeless camp, because I don't know why there's a lot of left-leaning liberal fucking hippie type people who live here, who have ideals about how things should work and how things should not happen, and they happen to be really easy and really nice on homeless people. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, that you should be mean to fucking homeless people, but it doesn't seem to be solving anything. It doesn't seem to be making anything better. So in the past 6 months, my neighbor has taken me past fatigue to exhaustion. See, I mean, I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who sees it. It's just like, God, I remember a couple years ago, like I was already at this point where I was like fatigued, you know, and I would start hinting at things and people would be like, ooh, I can't believe you said that. Now it's more normal. It's funny. It's kind of normalized. And I don't even think it's racism. I think it's just realism, right? If you can't call someone out for their behavior because of the color of their skin, like, what are we doing? Like, seriously? We can't call someone out, and then another person can't have a voice because of the color of their skin publicly? So, yeah, I mean, I think we all see that the pendulum swung too far, and it's swinging the other way. And I think that we need to make sure that it doesn't swing to the point of, you know, actual Nazism type shit. But talking to my friend though earlier, who just nonchalantly was like, "Oh yeah, the Nazi fucking MAGA party," whatever the fuck he said, you know. First of all, that's not his. He didn't come up with that. You know, he was told to think that, and he was too. You know, it's like the fucking people who were Jedi mind tricked into, you know, these are not the droids you're looking for. You know, there's a lot of those people out there. There's some of us that were like, "Le Jabba no bother," and you can't fucking do shit. But if you catch the reference, but wait till November 1st and get government cuts, food stamps, and we're going to get wild. Wait, what's that? Bro, I mean, again, things are so political. If you look at what's actually going on, It's 100% the Democrats holding everything up. It's the Democrats being like, oh, we want to get our way, even though we're in the minority. So we will literally starve people until they're so angry, and we will fool them while we're starving them to think that you were starving them, not us, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, if you see it, you see it. And if you don't, you think that there's Nazis. And I'm like, yeah, those are the droids we're looking for, by the way. And the thing is, yeah, you're right, Nightstrike. And I think they did this on purpose, right? You're calling the other side Nazis. You're calling the other side Hitler. You're calling, whilst at the same time doing Nazi things, like the brown shirts, Antifa, restricting freedom of speech, 1 for 1. I mean, there are some similar things to what the Republicans want to do. Like, for instance, the burning of the books. Which books were being burnt in Nazi Germany? Oh, it was all the LGBTQAI plus trans furry fucking stuff of the day type books. And they were like, we don't want these fucking books, so we're going to burn them. And to some extent, I mean, I'm not saying you should burn the books, but certainly don't read them. Maybe don't give them to your children to read. Keep them out of the schools. Like, that's a good idea. But book burning? But then again, who's actually burning books? Well, it would be the left, in my opinion, by curtailing people's freedom of speech, by going after people's online presence, by giving people YouTube strikes for saying things that they disagree with, and hence limiting people's scope and vision of what they can say and what they can't say. And then there's the chilling effect of not knowing what it is that you're going to get in trouble for saying, so you don't even say things that you might get in trouble for. So there's all kinds of ideas that don't get explored because of this. And that's, I would say, worse than burning books. 1 Colorado gallon of gas. Thank you, Mr. Library Garrett. Library Garrett. How you doing, by the way, Mr. Garrett? Hope everything's good. Oh, dude, my camera keeps falling down. Look at this. I just have it taped to the wall. Stay. Anyway. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Garrett. I appreciate it. Things are a little fucking tight, right? I mean, hopefully in December, my job picks up and everything goes back to at least some semblance of normalcy for some short period of time at least, and I can get caught up on bills and everything will be fine. But man, it's been rough lately, and having that rug pulled out from underneath my feet as far as my future plan goes has been a real kick in the nuts, man. But again, I'm trying to take it as positively as possible. Like, obviously things don't always work out, and there's reasons for things, and I feel like maybe this is protecting me from something bad that would have happened if I had gone through with that plan, perhaps. I don't know. Was setting posts in a rainstorm all day, but I'm inside warm now. I'm in a great mood. That's awesome. It's good, dude. I wish I had a fucking big, like, how awesome would that be to have like a big ass piece of land where you like fucking raise cattle or grow corn or something? Like, we used to make fun of them when I was a kid. Like, oh, the stupid farmers. But man, I think they got it right. You're away from the everyday hustle and bustle of everything. You're kind of on like the cycles of the land or the animals or the corn or whatever it is that you're growing, and peaceful. Don't have a lot of peace in the city. A lot of discord and fucking like angry. Karen's getting all mad because their fucking burger isn't cooked right or whatever the fuck. You need your land cleared again? Go buy a fucking tractor. Yeah, and I'm sure running a farm is a hell of a lot of work for sure. And that's why all the farmers have a bunch of kids. And, the more you can teach your kid to do, the more you get to chill out. Let them go run the fucking tractor or fix the thing or whatever, dig post holes all day and be thankful that you're in from the cold when you're done. I mean, there's certainly no problem in my life that I've run into. That's not true. Most of the problems I've run into in my life, you can solve with hard work. Most of the problems have just been a problem of, wow, that set me back a couple of months of working really, really hard, just to catch up. Meat rabbits? And they can get you some meat rabbits, Night Strike. You need some of the meat rabbits. I didn't know there was a thing called a meat. Is that just a rabbit that you raise for meat? So it's a meat rabbit? Or is there a kind of rabbit that you raise for meat that's different and it's called a meat rabbit? Right, Knight says shit is tight, which used to mean something different. It used to mean like, yo, shit is tight. I have about $100 after paying my bills twice a month. That's all I have for food, gas, and I will get some too in November and December. I mean, $200 a month for food and gas. That's not a lot. That's really not very much. But I mean, if I didn't have kids to feed, I could get by on probably $15 a day of food. Pretty easy, Chipotle burrito and buy some eggs and stuff from the store and throw them in the fridge, But it's the kids that get you, because I'll make dinner for myself and like, okay, I had a big fat burrito, let's say. I'm on burritos, I don't know why. And it used to be like I would make like an extra big fat burrito and I would give them each a little couple bites of it and they'd be good, And then it was like, oh, I'll make like a small burrito for them and I'll cut it in half and then they're good. And then it was like, okay, I'll make two burritos. I'll make mine and I'll make theirs and I'll cut theirs in half. And then it was, okay, I'll make 3 burritos and we each get one. And then it was, okay, I'll make 5 burritos. I'll get one and you both get 2. I'm on 7 burritos now, bros. I don't know about you guys. For me to have a burrito, I got to make 7. So yeah, that's a little rough, especially when the price of food is worse than it's ever been. All Thumb says after 1-1, I can't even own a Glock in California. I feel at a point there's just civil disobedience. It's like, oh, you passed another gun law, huh? Okay. Now let's see you enforce it. Not suggesting that that's what you should do, but I mean, shit, man. If everyone did that, then what could they do? Yeah, bro. I buy like a big ass thing of hamburger meat, a big ass thing of chicken, and then whatever else I can find that's on sale, and like I'll make a bro, I made like meatloaf the other day. I made a 10-pound meatloaf. 10 pounds, right? 10 pounds of meatloaf gone. 10 pounds of meatloaf gone. Just put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, wow. Dino Spumoni says, did you hear about Glock discontinuing all models due to Glock switches and redesigning their guns over it? Well, too bad there's already 1 million Glocks out there. Like, good job. Yeah, that meatloaf. I think I ate like a big portion. I had like a pound of fucking meatloaf. And then there was 9 pounds of meatloaf that disappeared. I do love California though, man. Like, I don't love their laws. I don't necessarily even love a lot of the people in California. There's a lot of bullshit people in California. But it's a beautiful state, dude. There's the weather is amazing. Like, you've got the mountains, you've got the coast, you've got the city, like you've got everything that you would want there if it was just not such a hellhole in certain ways, Yeah, I think it was $5 a pound. So it was like a $45 meatloaf, I think is what it was. $45. Like, can you imagine that? Like, go back to 1990, and think about how big of a meatloaf it would have to be a $45 meatloaf. I don't think you could put it in your oven. Like, it'd be like a fucking turkey. Shit, even during COVID, I remember there was a point during COVID when the price of feed, like the price of hay and the price of corn or whatever to feed cows, was for some reason really high. And so because of that, there was a pretty big fucking incentive on ranchers to kill some cows. As you've got a few less mouths to feed, then you get through that hard time a little bit better. Plus you get some money from selling them, right? So win-win-win. At the time, hamburger meat at the store was $2 a pound. So you could go pick up a pound of hamburger. And it didn't, previously to that, it was more than that. I think it was like $3 or $4 a pound. So it was like down to $2 a pound. Oh my God. Like, I fucking filled up my freezer with hamburger meat. It's all gone now because kids again, but I took advantage of that like a motherfucker. And now it's gone the other way, dude. Have you bought steaks lately? Oh my God. Oh my God. I will probably never eat a ribeye again. It's just too much money. It doesn't, like, ribeyes are not even my favorite cut of meat, so why would I spend that much? Like, if it was a strip steak, yeah, okay. Occasionally I will spend the money to buy a strip steak. I don't care how much it is. But even then, it's like, oh, dude, I'm not gonna eat as many strip steaks, I guess. Like, I used to, like, anytime I was hungry, I would just want a strip steak because that's my go-to, strip steak and a potato. But that's gone now. All right, boys. Well, my back hurts and I'm old and kind of fucking down right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and end it. It's been an hour. I love you, but that's all I got, man. I don't know. So to everybody, I will say things will get better. I know everything will be all right. I'm just fucking got kicked in the nuts. You know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. But until next time, deuces y'all shall not be in fridge. Trooper to shabba nabba to pressure, Batacath care, pricked the troops. 2 words, made in America. And we'll see y'all next time. Later. Ooh, I almost hit the wrong button.